Hollywood scandals, you know them, you love them, or maybe you hate them, but you still click on the link. Why is that? What is it about watching a rich, famous person mess up that is so fascinating? It's like watching a sports car try to parallel park. You know it has all this power, all this sleek design, but you also know it could easily scratch the paint. We put these celebrities on pedestals, turning them into modern-day gods, goddesses. So, when they fall, it's not just a person tripping, it's a statue cracking. It reminds us that behind the perfect smiles, the fancy clothes, they're just people. People who sometimes make very, very bad decisions. And let's be honest, there's a little bit of satisfaction in it, right? Just a little. If you were to create a museum of Hollywood scandals, by the way, someone in Los Angeles is probably already planning you'd need a few different wings. The scandals come in all shapes and sizes, truly dark and criminal, just plain bizarre. On one end, you have actions that changed laws and started entire social movements. On the other end, you have a famous actor yelling about winning while the world just watches, completely confused. Let's start building our timeline. Names like Cosby, Spears, and Will Smith appear along it. You've got your icons from different eras, each famous for a different brand of controversy. Think of it like a superhero team, but for bad decisions. There are the ones whose names became linked with serious criminal allegations: Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. Their stories weren't just gossip, they were front-page news that challenged the very power structure of Hollywood. Now we have to talk about the most serious scandals, the ones that go way beyond a bad tweet or a public tantrum. I'm talking about the cases involving serious criminal allegations. These are the stories that make you stop and question everything you thought you knew about a person. For years, Bill Cosby was America's dad. He was the guy from the funny, wholesome TV show. But then, dozens of women came forward with allegations of assault. The stories were shocking, and they completely shattered his public image. His conviction, though later overturned on a legal technicality, marked a huge shift in how the public viewed powerful men. Then there was Harvey Weinstein. His name is now synonymous with the Me Too movement. For decades, he was one of the most powerful producers in Hollywood. He made Oscar-winning movies. He was a kingmaker. But behind the scenes, a dark pattern of behavior was an open secret. Investigations from major outlets detailed numerous allegations, and the floodgates opened. It wasn't just about one man, it was about a system that protected powerful people and silenced victims. Some scandals aren't about a single bad act, but a long, slow-motion train wreck. This is the public meltdown. It's when a celebrity's private struggles become very, very public. And nobody embodies this quite like Britney Spears. In the mid-2000s, she went from being the biggest pop star in the world to a symbol of celebrity crisis. The constant hounding by the paparazzi, the very public custody battle, the head-shaving incident, it was all captured on camera. We watched as a person clearly in distress was treated like a zoo animal. It culminated in her being placed under a conservatorship, a legal arrangement that controlled her life for over a decade. Then there's Charlie Sheen. For years, he was the highest-paid actor on television, starring in the hit show 2.5 Men. But in 2011, things went off the rails. After a series of wild interviews where he talked about having tiger blood and winning, he was fired from his show. He seemed to be embracing the chaos, turning his meltdown into a catchphrase-filled media tour. Sometimes a scandal isn't a crime or a meltdown. Sometimes it's just one moment, one sentence, one boneheaded move that gets magnified 1,000,000 times. Welcome to the world of the self-inflicted wound. Think about Kanye West, now known as Yeah. At the 2009 VMAs, a young Taylor Swift is accepting an award. Suddenly Kanye jumps on stage, takes the mic and says Beyoncé should have won. The whole world just froze. "I'ma let you finish," but became one of the most famous memes in internet history. It was the start of a long history of public outbursts, but that one moment defined him for years. Then there's Chris Brown. He was a rising superstar, often compared to Michael Jackson. But his career was forever changed after his physical assault on his then-girlfriend, Rihanna, in 2009. Fast forward to the 2022 Oscars. A night of celebration. Chris Rock on stage, hosting, making jokes. He makes a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. Will Smith walks on stage and slaps him across the face on live television. The world stopped. Did that just happen? For 30 seconds, Will Smith's image changed completely. So what happens after the scandal? In the old days, a star could just disappear for a while, go on vacation, check into a resort for exhaustion, come back a year later with a new movie and a carefully planned apology interview. The public had a short memory. But today, we have the internet. The internet never forgets. The digital age has created what you might call a digital guillotine. One wrong move and chop, your reputation is in pieces. Every article, every angry tweet, every embarrassing video is saved forever on the great hard drive in the sky. This makes a comeback much, much harder. The court of public opinion is always in session, evidence is always available with a quick Google search. Robert Downey Jr. is the gold standard, it shows that redemption is possible. Ultimately, fame is a double-edged sword.